Welcome back, everybody, for our last matchup here of day one of the NorQuest Esports series in the League of Legends division. I'm Grapes, joined here by Random Minion, Caster, and RMC. We've had a lot of games between top teams here, but we're going to take a look down towards the bottom of the standings for this final game. Is AOE Phenomenon going up against Colorado State University. But before we get into the draft for this final game, quick shout out to Edmonton, the sponsor here for the tournament. We got a million plus Edmontonians here in Alberta's capital. They're the entrepreneurs, experts, and hosts that can help turn your opportunities into reality. Famous for their festivals, lively arts, music scene, and sprawling picturesque view of the River Valley. They offer much more than just places for your delegates to eat, sleep, and be entertained. So if you want to find out more, head over to exploreedmonton.com. But RMC, we got to head into this last game of this prelims. Colorado State, a team that not many people are familiar with, but they have made some waves here in the collegiate scene.
Yeah, I think there are so, correct me if I'm wrong, a collegiate team here today in the Champions Division. So they're trying to, make a statement for the collegiate scene. Unfortunately, they've been struggling a little bit here, but I'm glad that we do get to catch them here in our last game of the day. I just want to, give you props, Grapes, for getting their logo behind you there. I don't know.
I got it. Yeah.
I didn't even know that their logo was, but yeah, it's there. Draft coming in real fast, though. Again, they pre-drafted in Pro Draft, and so far, fairly meta picks. I think it's our first Gwen today, actually, that we get to see. She was so overpowered just, it feels like a couple of patches ago, and then suddenly she just vanished off the face of the earth.
Yeah, the nerfs to the attack speed on the E definitely were impactful, especially towards the early game. So not surprised to see Gwen kind of fall a little bit out of favor here. Was banned against Bradley, who of course I think is one of the best Gwen players that we have here on the server. But it will be an Aurelia here for Tears of Winter, who on Conviction Moon earlier on in the split did play his fair share of assassins and melee champions. So this is definitely in their comfort zone here.
Okay, and looking like a rather aggressive draft coming out from the side of AOE Phenomenon here. Irelia into Victor is a very comfortable matchup for the Irelia. You've got so much mobility that Victor will struggle to land some of his spells. The Gravity Well should theoretically almost never catch you. The Chaos Storm can be dodged out of as well, as long as you have minions to Blade Surge to. The bot side, also very aggressive. I mean, we've seen Ashley on the bot lanes today. Sure, post 6, very, very dangerous. Pre 6, the poke is good. But against a Nautilus Tristana, the trait from Nautilus Tristana is going to hit harder, going to be able to do more damage as well. So I like that pickup. It helps to balance out that Gwen that will need some time to scale up.
Yeah, and just taking a general look over the compositions here, Colorado State set up a good amount of team fighting, I think, in their lineup. They have the advantageous matchup, in my opinion, of the set into the Gwen, and that's going to be a huge factor later on. We saw some sets in the mid lane not having too much success earlier today, but maybe in this matchup could end up being a little bit more successful. And you also have the Chaos Storm here for Copri on the Victor, as well as that Viego getting the resets in, and of course, all of that utility down in the bottom lane.
A lot of pick potential, a lot of team fighting potential, really, if they can actually get the team fight here. The way the Enchanted Crystal Arrow going into the Solar Flare, into the Chaos Storm with the Gravity Field, there's a lot of tools. And with the set as well to stop engages. If the Nautilus goes in, if the Volibear goes in, you just showstopper them right back out or into the rest of the team to set up for more damage. And the Viego, a bit of late game insurance with the resets as well. It's a really nice composition in isolation. I absolutely love it. But the problem is this isn't in isolation. And against AOE Phenomenon here, the issue is that they're not a team that's going to want to group up and team fight you here. They will want to fight you, but it's a lot of individual people making their own plays. Gwen doesn't need a team to back her up, especially once she gets 1 or 2 items under her belt. Irelia, same thing. Just going to be diving your carries, diving your squishier members. Doesn't care about the rest of the team. Volibear isn't exactly Mundo, but he's going to jump where he wants to go here, and there's not much he can do to stop this Volibear. And Tristana, one of the safest AD carries. I mean, we usually think about Ezreal when you're thinking about safe AD carries, but Tristana has a knockback, has a jump, has flash as well, and a lot of burst damage. So a lot of individual agency on the side of AOE Phenomenon. The question then becomes, can they execute, and can they make sure they don't get caught grouping?
Yeah, and I think you worded it perfectly, RMC. It's up to AOE to make some of these individual plays to kind of get that lead into the early game and play a bit more of a scrappy composition. While on the other side, Colorado State obviously going to be opting more towards some of the heavy 5v5s with all the area of effect damage that they have. Pardon the sort of pun that we have there. It's actually been nice, RMC. There's been so many AOE games that we've been doing. I didn't have to move that other logo that I have on my board. It's just kind of stuck there for the past couple of hours. And so we're about to get onto the Rift for our final game of the day. No playoff implications for this one, but going to be a fun one between Colorado State Esports and AOE Phenomenon. But before we get into that, once again, want to thank our friends over at NorQuest. Over 19,000 learners here in Edmonton and all around the world. And for more information on NorQuest College and their exciting programs, check out www.norquest.ca. Also want to shout out Memory Express, Canada's premier destination for computer products since 1996. And now with 14 stores all across Canada, they're ready to serve you in-store and online. Make sure to check them out at memoryexpress.com.
Okay, last game here, Grapes. You know what? We've kind of been just caught up in the flow of things. I know that I said I wanted to see level 1s and all that, but Grapes, what about you? What have you found lacking in the games today that you want to see in our final game?
I want to see a close one. I feel like we haven't seen a super close game since that first one that we might have had earlier on with Rock Tribe and Striking Vipers. I feel like even though it's been a bunch of really competitive teams, when you're really at such a high skill level, it just sometimes the games just turn on their head really quickly, and the team that gets a small advantage early on that can capitalize on the mistakes of the enemy and can just really take over. And so in this game, I want to see some fun. I want to see some back and forth action here, and I'm just really excited to see some of these teams duke it out here.
Okay, so hopefully we do get to see a bit of that tug of war back and forth here. I mean, looking at the lanes a little bit, Graves, I have a feeling that the tug of war, what we're going to get is a bit more cyclical, where, you know, it's like one team getting a bunch of kills on one side and then maybe the other side potentially answering a bit. The lanes do feel a little bit mismatched, I think, in every single position. Oop, and I think my mic might have cut out.
Okay, I remember last time I thought something was wrong with my audio, and then it was just actually just my bad. So I just wanted to make sure that you weren't saying something and I kept interrupting you, but welcome back.
Yeah, so I was just saying, you know, Grapes, that unfortunately I'm not sure that we are going to get a huge tug of war here. I think we're going to get to see a lot more cyclical, where one side of the map, maybe one lane wins and then the other side wins. Because, yeah, looking at the lanes, there are a couple of mismatches here in terms of the laning. We're not seeing too many even lanes.
Well, we'll see if that happens here. We're on to the Rift for the final time today. Colorado State on your blue side, AOE Phenomenon on your red side, and RMC. You were talking about some level 1 invades earlier on. This could be the game.
Oh, they're going for it here, and Monkey Business, he's stepping up real far.
Oh, the dredge line's available for Cerulean if he just spots out the
Flash it, yes!
Flash forward, we'll get flashed away from. We were this close to an early kill, just didn't end up getting it.
Now I just feel like I'm being teased here, right? Like the flash is coming through. I mean, it looks good. It
was
feels
like
it should be something.
Too.
Yeah, it was really, really close. And we should note this time that this Nautilus does not have Hex Flash. So Cerulean did actually just flat out burn that spell, and hopefully it doesn't come back to bite them in the bot lane. Because while burning the flash on that set, great, good. I don't know if it will necessarily net a kill. Gwen did get nerfed, I believe it was last patch, where her level 1 the skip and slash, which made her so difficult to fight, it gave her 40% additional attack speed. That got nerfed to 20%. So the level 1's not quite as painful to deal with, and I don't think there's quite as much kill threat anymore.
Always scared, have to be scared of Gwen in the level 1, but matched up against this set, a champion with some very strong early game dueling power on his own. Will mean an interesting yet volatile matchup here in the top side. We're going to see the trade of the E's already, and I think we're going to have more of the same in later on RMC. Just these two top laners battling it out. They're just continuing fighting. Ignite already on to Monkey Business. Flash forward. The nerfs don't even matter. First blood for Dot. He'll die in return, but first blood definitely. The showmanship is definitely there here for Dot.
Graves, we both got what we wanted. You wanted something close, you get a one-for-one trade. I wanted a level 1, we got that too. And I do feel it's a little bit forced on Dot's side, but at the same time, that's one way to make use of that flash being down. Ignite will be back up before that flash, so you could potentially get a second force fight like that off.
Nice dredge line from Cerulean as the bot lane for AoE has hit level 2. But Rocket jump forward with the explosive shots. Will have a decent amount of damage. Shield up for Daybreak will lock up Rock Boom for just a little bit. But a good trade here from this area of effect bottom lane. Tristana and Rock Boom getting a good trade before their opponents hit level 2.
AoE Phenomenon, they're just aggressive, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. Okay, we've seen kills stop, we've seen action bot. Mid lane, it's mid lane's turn, right? Like, the Irelia's gotta go in soon. I mean, Hexmith is invading, so even the jungle is getting in on the action.
Oh yeah, we'll see if that happens. Hexmith unable to find anything. Nice creative pathing here from Carson here on the Rams. Opted for that Red Raptors drop start, I believe, and then pathing down to his Wolves. Will be able to get over to the bot side of the map to go for that scuttle. Question is, will he be able to? Because the bot lane for AoE is here. Tears of Winter also dangerously low in the mid lane. They're going to make this 5-man dive onto the mid lane, but here comes Carson as well. Going to flash forward. Not going to matter as the Viego falls first. And Kopari is not long for this world either. A double kill for Tears of Winter, and AoE is up 3-1.
Yes, Grapes action top bot, and they full sent everyone into the mid lane. That is a 5-man gag. When was the last time you saw that at 3.5 minutes, Grapes? Beautiful to watch. They pull it off, and they didn't lose anybody off the back end of it here. They're not even losing too much farm. It's really only the bot lane where Kichi is getting a significant lead here.
And we've seen Aurelia's get strong before. We've seen it twice today already. And once again, Tears of Winter on this Blade Surger with 2 kills 4 minutes into the game. So gonna be a really important factor throughout this final game here of the NorQuest Esports series, as AoE is now up comfortably about 1,200 gold, and they might try to look for more here. Cerulean and Hexmith once again make their return to the mid lane. Kopari has no flash, has no teleport, and will get hooked up by Cerulean to start it off. Might have been a little bit early, as now the support is ticking below 200 HP, but Hexmith is still here. They have not gotten the wave under the tower, crucially enough. So Kopari will survive for just a little bit longer, with Carson joining the fray here around that Raptor pit. Now they go for the dive once again. Gravity Field going to do a decent amount to try and stun up Hexmith, but the tower aggro is on to Tears of Winter, and a beautiful stun will prevent the re-engage here for Carson for now. But Plez is here, has the flash, might look for some sort of engage, but it looks like AoE got enough space out of that roam and will make sure that no repercussion happens for them.
From a macro point of view, Grapes, that doesn't make sense. They commit so much repeatedly into the mid lane. Hexmith could be farming, could be looking to get more experience. Cerulean left Rockboom alone so long in that bot lane as well. Did cause them to miss more CS as well in that 1v2. But the psychological, and Hexmith is still there! Every time we look mid, Hexmith is there!
Just will not leave. Just a thorn in Kopari's side, and forces Carson to try and match some of the pressure as well. You don't want this Victor getting any farther behind than he already is. It's a tier versus a Vamp Scepter Boots at this stage in the game in the mid lane. And now Rockboom going aggressive here onto Kichi. The auto does not actually end up hitting. The explosive shot does not do enough damage. Now Plez to dash forward with the Zenith Blade, with the hook forward from Cerulean as well. Kichi is safe under the tower, which means that Rockboom will go down. And now Cerulean is in a bad spot. The flash has returned off of cooldown, and he'll use that summoner to escape with his life. And at the end of the day, good play out of Colorado State. Plez came down at the right time and were able to punish the over-aggressive positioning of Rockboom.
Until Tears gets here. Tears is level 6. Cerulean is behind as well.
They don't know. They have no idea. Here comes the Nautilus onto Kichi as well. Vanguard's Edge will secure the kill, and now it's a 2v1 against the support. We know how this one ends, RMC. Plez gonna get locked up. The W will finish it off, and already 4 kills into the pockets of Tears of Winter.
You know what? At least Tears of Winter's pays his debts, right? Cerulean sat in that mid lane for so long. It's coming back in. Topside Dot is level 60. They're only level 5.
Here they go. Needlework already. Carson ticked down dangerously low. There's the final proc. There's the Q. Snip, snip. Down goes Carson. And now Kopari is once again dead. It's 8-2. Pure annihilation here from AOE Phenomena.
It's under 7 minutes, and we're seeing a 3K gold lead here. Grapes, that is one of the biggest gold leads we've seen. And AOE Phenomenon, they're not doing this through necessarily great rotations. They have got good rotations, but it's a lot of brute forcing. They're just forcing you to fight them. And unfortunately for Colorado State Rams, they're getting sucked into the pace. They're actually trying to fight them. And at this point, if you are Kopari, just let Kopari farm under the turret. before this, Hexmas even now is not 6 yet. He can't dive as effectively.
It's aggressive play after aggressive play for AOE as they make their way towards the top side. Monkey Business going to try to get a return with the haymaker, but it's not enough. The volley will bite down their prey, and another kill goes into the hands of Hexmas.
I just want to point out right now, this top side of the map for AOE Phenomenon is a combined 9-1. They have all the kills. Colorado State Rams just abandon that. Match Monkey Business with Dot as much as possible. And go bot. Carson, go gank your bot lane. They're 6, or one of them is 6. Ash is 6. You have one form of initiate. And more importantly here, you've got a chance to actually kill the Tristana. Yes, she has cleanse. But Diego, you've got a stun, you know, and the moment you, well, right now, you get Heartbreaker, you get an execute, you can definitely burst down a squishy Yordle.
Yeah, and that's gonna have to be that win con now for Colorado State. Remember, AOE was a team that wanted to be scrappy, wanted to get some of these picks across all of the lanes, and they've definitely been doing that here. Tears of Winter doing a really great job going across the map, getting the gold into his teammates' pockets, and now with this Rift Herald picked up here for AOE, will allow for even more pressure to be exerted all across the map.
They only found out after Herald's down. And you know what? Carson's down here, Plez is down here, Kichi's down here. Turn and burn on that dragon here. If you don't go for the drag, we're going to run into issues, but it looks like, oh, we're on screen, and Rockboom gets caught.
Well, you saw us for a little bit, but what you want to see is Rockburn using that rocket jump to get away from the two members of the Colorado State Rams. And now, with that play made bot side for Colorado State, AOE is going to respond with one of their own in the top lane. Needlework already being issued here from Dot. Monkey Business going to try and stay alive, but not for long. Down goes the set for once more. And now, with that Rift Herald available on the side of Hexmas, will be able to get even more gold into his top laner's hands.
Yeah, he's right behind. Actually, Hexmas ends up tanking that a little bit more than needed. Meanwhile, finally, Carson is starting up the dragon here. So they are going to be able to answer. You're just scrambling for scraps at this point. If you are Colorado State Rams, things are falling apart a little bit too quickly here. So what you're looking for, Tears of Winter, 3-man gang.
Going for a pick. Can they get it? Tears of Winter blaze surging aggressively onto Kopari. Almost gets enough damage.
Okay.
No, the stun from Plez will take down the Aurelia. And Colorado State finally receives some solace in a shutdown onto Tears of Winter.
I honestly thought Tears was going to trade 1-for-1 there, despite the situation. He's just so incredibly fed right now. Bot side, Rockwood and Kichi.
Going for the 1v1 here between the ADCs. I think the Tristana wins this. Will almost get the reset. Looking for it, but the heal forward. And Rockboom has bought enough time to get the kill with the buster shot. Carson will trade one in return. But what an outplay from the Tristana.
Come on, Carson. It was a 1v1. Let them have their fun here. AD carries have not really been involved in most of this game so far. But Carson does get in there, does secure the kill to make sure that the Rams don't fall further and further behind here. Now, things aren't looking great. The set was a counter pick into the Gwen. And the problem with this set is that it's an early counter pick. You need to win out in the early stages of the game. Now that Riftmaker is picked up, set actually begins to fall behind. You don't have as good sustain, and the extended fights start to favor Gwen. Bot side, Plez is still not 6. There is no Solar Flare for this Leona, so her efficacy is extremely low. You look across the Cerulean, he has the depth charge ready and available to go. So Colorado State Ram desperately need Plez to get some experience, or they cannot fight.
Well, gonna go mid once again. AOE Phenomenon. Seems like we're repeating history just a bit as this mid lane tower continues to take a hammer. But there's a solar flare from Plez. Finally unlocks the ultimate. Gonna try to go aggressive onto Hexmas, but he's going way too far. And now Tears of Winter is here to zone off the rest of the Colorado State Rams. Needlework doing a good amount onto the back line of CSU. And now they managed to get out his Plez, but now the dive forward is clear for AOE Phenomenon. There's the showstopper forward. Dot will finish off the kill onto his opponent, as with the tower going down in the mid lane as well, fight goes in favor of AOE and might try to look for more here. There's the flash forward away from Kichi as Cerulean looked for that aggressive play. Instead, it's just going to be a trade of those summoner spells as they get the turret in the mid lane.
The patience on Hexmas as well, holding that Stormbringer for so long. I think certain members of Colorado State Rams there might have forgotten that it was still available. The turret is not safe. A bit of miscommunication, I think, because Carson and Plez, they were in the jungle. They were like, okay, you know, we're fine, we're good, you don't need us here. And then you had Kopari and Monkey Business, who ended up getting dove because they stuck around. They didn't have quite enough bodies here. And that's something you have to keep in mind. When AOE Phenomenon are this far ahead, 6k at the 12.5 minute mark, they can dive you normally. You add a Volbear on top of that, and it's guaranteed dives here. If you're less than 3 people under a turret facing 4, they can get in and get out without even taking much damage whatsoever.
Yeah, and already 6,000 gold lead for AOE Phenomenon. They are looking poised to take this last game, and it's always good to end on a good note. AOE Phenomenon actually did manage to get a win earlier on as well, and they're going to try to make it a second here as Plez and Monkey Business are looking for Dot. No, gonna get exhausted as well, but here come the reinforcements. Dot will fall, but here comes Tears of Winter. Haymaker to buy some time, but the Aurelia is gonna blade surge forward, and no more W means no more life in just a couple of seconds here for Monkey Business. The final auto will finish it off, and Tears of Winter picks up his 5th kill of the game.
Worth, Monkey Business is going to be happy with that trade. 1-for-1 and the bounty on top of it. Not to mention your buying time. You're stopping Dot from continuously just ripping into your top side right now. For Colorado State Rams, if you can trade 1-for-1, you take those trades every single time. Now, Dragon is coming up in about a minute here. And Colorado State Rams, they're the ones who set up the vision for this. AOE Phenomenon has not even so much as looked at that bot side of the map. They've been prioritizing the Herald instead, which will be spawning at the same time. So it'll be interesting to see if the teams actually decide to contest for objectives or whether we get a handshake trade again.
Oh, once again, back in the mid lane goes AOE. Tears of Winter gonna try to get those stacks onto this wave and look to crash this minions into this mid lane inner turret. Turret plate just fell. RMC, that's how far ahead AOE is. I was just not really like thinking about that, and I just assumed it was like 25 minutes into the game because of how far AOE are ahead. And now Kopari is once again in trouble. Tears of Winter will pick up another kill. The turnaround is here. Here comes the possession from Carson. Turns into that Nautilus, has the reset on the Heartbreaker if he so desires, and Dot is wreaking havoc onto the other side. Here comes Monkey Business though with the Showstoppers, a double kill forward the Viego, and now he's turned into the Aurelia. Looking forward is Monkey Business, Heartbreaker forward is Carson off the rock, boom, triple kill. Going over to the Viego, and all of a sudden Colorado State have turned the game around. 4-for-1, and they might try to make it 5. Will the back go through for Hexmist? It looks like it will, but it doesn't matter as Colorado State win that.
They just turned the tides. There was no way they should have won their fight. They're still down 4k after collecting all those kills there. I don't think there was any more bounties for them to pick up, unfortunately there. Hexmist still has 300 gold, but he's still standing, and they get Dragon as well. And all of that is of Chaos Storm. If you sit in the middle of a Chaos Storm, you're going to take a lot of damage. And even if you kill Kopari, the damage, the Storm, will persist after his death. And then after that, it was just a matter of Viego popping off, finding the targets. And for the side of AOE Phenomenon, you might revel in the chaos, but in these team fights, you cannot group, and you might still have to protect some of your carries a little bit. You can't afford to just full send it like that.
Carson has 5 kills. I mean, this is not a scary, not a like harmless Viego anymore. And now Monkey Business might get caught out a little bit, but does have a lot of damage. The Vanguard's edge is slow, might be enough, but no. The set with the Haymaker will take down Cerulean, will fall in return, but you're gonna take that 1-for-1.
And again, you're happy with that trade. Yeah, it's a top laner for a support, but every little bit helps right now. It does mean, though, that Herald is up available for AOE Phenomenon, and nobody was topside. The question now is, can Carson convert on this bot side, on Dot, who is alone and without wards?
Has the ult available right now, and also the ignite, but it's going to be a tough task to try and get away. Here he goes, he's going to dash forward. There's the Chaos Storm, and there's the Gravity Field. Carson with his 6th kill of the game. All of a sudden, Colorado State might have a chance to turn this one around.
Is this the comeback rates?
It could
Could
be.
it be?
Could be.
6-2. Yeah, and Monkey Business is able to pick up kills as well. Herald did go down. Hexmist picked that up. So the trades right now are kind of risky. Kopari's looking for this bot lane turret here, and there's no TP. He's kind of safe. Plez just trading a little bit with Tears of Winter, and I think it says a lot that Tears of Winter did not just try and kill Plez there. I think they're starting to learn that, hey, we might not actually be as far ahead as we thought.
And it's what we were talking about in the draft. AOE excels in some of the pick potential that they have in some of these scrappy fights, but when you go to the 5v5, Colorado State definitely are able to hold their ground. Despite being down 4,000 gold, they were able to go 4 for 1 in that engage. And now with Carson available on this Viego, he's up and online with the Divine Sunderer, working towards the Sterix. One singular possession could mean doom for AOE.
And if we look at the individual golds, toggle that here, you can see that actually Kichi is pretty much dead even with Rock Boom.
Yeah.
Carson is ahead of Hexmas right now, so it's really just this mid lane, Tears of Winter, who needs to be able to carry this. Dot's a little bit ahead as well, and yeah, Hexmas, you don't win this one. Not even close right now. So unless Tears of Winter can find these picks, find a whole bunch of damage into the backline here, AOE Phenomenon are going to struggle to find victories. You'll go.
3 points for Colorado State. Not that it matters. I mean, I'm sure their football program is pretty solid. I mean, just considering the amount of success that the Midwest normally has in terms of these sports. But, I mean, Colorado State still in this game, and all of a sudden they're the ones on the aggressive end here. Monkey Business might have bit off a bit more than he could chew, though. Gonna get caught out by 3 members of AOE. The Haymaker to buy some time, and here comes the rest of Colorado State. Rock Boom nearly assassinates Kichi on the other end, but now it's the Carson show. Can he get one of those resets? Heartbreaker is not enough, and the Viego is down, and all now damage. It's AOE going forward. Tears of Winter with the Vanguard's Edge. Isn't a lot of damage. Monkey Business picks one onto Cerulean, but now will fall in return. Rock Boom will pick it up. It's 2 for 1 in favor of AOE, as just was so close for Colorado State, but Carson was not able to pick up the reset, and now it's once again AOE in the driver's seat.
Yeah, Carson has to be careful about going in there, because once he dies, you can see that Colorado have no damage. Well, not strictly true. Kopari is pumping out damage, but he's a victor, and aside from the Chaos Storm, his damage is not going to be consistent. They really need Carson to be alive to finish off those low health members right now. And ideally, Monkey Business getting caught, okay. You just turn the engage like he did. You tank it up long enough. You've got Leona, you've got Ashe, you've got a lot of AoE CC. Then Carson only goes in to clean up, to get those resets here. And the fact that they only lost 2 for 1 and that there were no major objectives for them to lose is not a terrible situation. Colorado State Rams are pretty much in the exact same spot they were even before that fight.
There's often a lot of debate over in what way Viego should be used. A lot of people use Viego as sort of an engage with the Heartbreaker, but instead of being that Volibear-like champion, I think Viego excels in more of a pike role, you know, going in for some of the resets when the members of AoE will get low, and that's how Colorado State won that fight around this Rift Herald position, and it's going to be how they're going to have to win the rest of this fight to win the game, as Baron has spawned at 20 minutes, but at this stage doesn't look like AoE are really ahead enough to try and contest.
Kind of risky. I mean, Gwen is able to shred it down, but you are running a Gale for Tristana. Instead, Colorado State Rams make the call to go for Soul Point on this Ocean. AoE are going for Baron!
Oh, they're going to go for it. This is a risky play, but I don't know if Colorado State will see it until now. That's a beautiful hawk shot coming out from Kichi to spot them out. They're going to throw the arrow in. It's going to miss, but it does chunk out Rock Boom to about half HP. Monkey Business is going to be forced out with the Buster Shot. Tears of Winter falls on the other end, and now it's a 4v5. They do pick up the Baron, but will they get out with their lives? The resets are going to come in. Rock Boom gets out with the recall, and now it's a 3v5. Carson is looking. Monkey Business is looking. Plez is looking. Carson trying to dash forward, and now Dot and Hexmas are under the tower in a 4v2. Can they do anything? Dot is going to hit the Zanyas first. Stormbringer forward from Hexmas. He has a Zanyas of his own. Can they get it to return kill? They cannot. They both fall in the engage. So AoE lose 3. They lose the Dragon. They get the Baron. They could be more, though, as Carson dashes forward. The rocket jump out from Rock Boom will secure his safety. Not a bad position, though, if you are Colorado State.
Yeah, you know what? Like, there's only 2 members right now with Baron available, and that's Rock Boom and Cerulean, and they cannot effectively split push. You manage to pick up even more kills and bring the gold lead closer, and most importantly, guys, they are at Soul Point for an Ocean Soul. You might be down 5,000 gold, but so far, that hasn't stopped the Rams, and once you pick up that Ocean Soul, it's worth 1,000 gold at least, maybe more depending on how your comp wants to operate here. So they are going to be happy with this. The only question now is, can you survive the Baron Siege? And just by looking at how they've been performing up to this point, I'd say yes. They shouldn't have any problems holding up against Baron Siege.
Especially considering, again, the nature of the compositions. If AOE want to make a play with this Baron buff, they're going to have to groove forward, considering that neither of their soul laners, neither of their split pushers have the Baron buff on their hands. None of them are wearing purple. So instead, it's just going to be AOE going for a much more measured approach, going for some split pushing, knowing that they have the Baron buff minions in the mid lane, and instead of having the super split push, it's just going to be the normal ones here with some of the members of Colorado State forced in the mid lane.
You do also have to be careful to not overextend here. The vision from AOE Phenomenon has been somewhat spotty, especially if on this particular push here, they're getting cleared out. So top side is not safe. In the bot side, there's one ward in the jungle to catch rotations. That's it here. That's it. Monkey Business might be ganged here. Hexmas does have Stormbringer.
Yep, can turn off the tower if they so desire, but there comes that showstopper immediately. Monkey Business gonna land the two-man facebreaker as well. Hexmas is gonna have to turn off the tower, but instead they'll just kill it. Haymaker will get a good enough shield, but the Gale Force forward from Rockboom will secure the kill onto the set. And now in a 4v5 is gonna be AOE with the Baron minions going towards this bottom lane inner turret.
Top side, Dot is in a spot of trouble here.
Oh, he's dashing forward. There's a needlework. Can he do it?
Come
One more auto. No, Dot dies. Kopari will get the solo kill in the failed dive from the top laner for AOE. Did not have to go that aggressive, but instead it's now a 4v4. Arrow hits onto Rockboom, and now the solar flare as well. Rocket jump out from Rockboom will secure his safety for now. Depth charge landing onto Carson. They got to make sure he doesn't get any resets. They got to burst him down immediately. Rockboom coming forward once again with the rocket jump will take down the Viego, and now Pledge is out of position. He will fall as well in just a little bit. Maybe not. The blast cone did buy time, but there goes Rockboom. Now on a rampage on the Tristana. 5-3-5 was not an impact earlier on, but is making his presence known at the 23-minute mark.
That fight in the bot side there. Oh, actually, Hexmas? Okay, Hexmas is out.
Oh,
Colorado State Rams need to remember their win conditions. Again, Carson went in and was the only one, or not the only one, first one to die because he was overextended in. And more importantly, no Chaos Storm from Kopari. It was used to kill Dot topside, which was great in and of itself and probably more important than the bot side fight, but it meant that it wasn't available. So great, you got them in a choke point. You got them right where you wanted, but you didn't have the bullet loaded and you could not pull the trigger.
Yeah, and that's kind of the situation that Colorado State are in. They need everything to work right. Because even though they did win that fight, they are on Soul Point. They're still down 6,500 gold here. So the ball is still in AOE's court. The question is, can Colorado State, turn this fight around, turn this game around? We got Mount Ocean Soul spawning in about 30 seconds, and that could be the next topic of conversation.
Okay, it's coming up in 30. As I said, Dot has pulled everybody top side here. And from Baron to Dragon is roughly about 20 plus seconds here. So you do need to be careful about not being in position. All the vision's getting cleared out as well. But Hawkshot is something that Ashe has in her kits here. So even if they don't have any wards, they can still get vision. Oh, Solar Flare.
There's the Hawkshot. Solar Flare doesn't do all too much here. Rockboom just going to jump out with the rocket jump. But here comes the teleport. Dot is on the flank. Cerulean's going to engage with the dredge line, but got to be careful. Dot is a bit out of position. Going to finally rejoin his team. Big showstopper coming out from Monkey Business. Big Haymaker coming out from Monkey Business. The Stormbringer forward from Hexmas. Does a decent amount of damage. It's a 2-for-2 so far. 3-for-3 versus 3 in the Dragon Pit. And the resets are coming through for Carson. They pick up 4 in the exchange, and with Hexmas the only one alive, and without Smite, without Ultimate, without any HP, it will be the Colorado State Rams winning the fight and claiming the Ocean Soul.
Grapes, at the 10-minute mark, AOE Phenomenon were up 9 kills. At the 14-minute mark, they were up, 4 turrets. Now, at the 26-minute marks, Colorado State Rams have almost closed most of those numbers. They've got the soul, so ignore the gold lead. They're only 3 kills away. The only major difference right now is turrets. And if they keep winning these fights, they can get the turrets. Baron coming up in 20 seconds. Chaos Storm not quite available yet. The big ultimates aren't there. So step 1 is stall. Once those ults come back up, that's when the Rams are going to be looking for their big engage.
Well, Baron is up in 10 seconds, RMC, and the Colorado State Rams just want to keep pushing this tempo. They're running to this objective, and Hexmas is as well. Carson's got to be careful as the lone carry here for the Rams. Does not want to get caught out here. Gonna blast cone out to safety, and now Plez might be the one out of position. Teleport's coming in from Kopari. Vanguard's edge already doing a whole lot, and Pledge is going to be the
Still
first
alive.
casualty in a little bit, but he's still alive. There goes the showstopper. Tears of Winter is down, and 2 kills already in favor of the Rams. Hexmas is on the run as Monkey Business going to try and catch him out with the movement speed. Hexmas is under his tower, but will it even matter? 4 members of the Rams are here, and 4 members of the Rams will take down the Bear. Now all is the Rams even in kills, looking for the Baron, and they could potentially take the gold lead after this set of engages, but Dot is going to try and get some of that money back, claiming that middle inner turret, going to try and go for maybe an inhibitor turret, but here comes Monkey Business as well. At this point, Monkey Business is the one who is out leveling the Gwen, who got so far ahead in the early game. And yeah, the Baron's going to go over as well. 27.5 minutes in, Colorado State, they're right back in this.
Rock Boom needs to be shoving these waves instead of farming these Krugs right now. You're basically trying to buy as much time so that when the Baron push comes in, they actually have to walk the full distance. The minions aren't prepped here, but they've already based, they've already come in. And Grips, I want to talk about that team fight a little bit here because Plez got caught out. Plez should have died, and they didn't finish Plez off. That really hurt because Sunlight proc off that Eclipse gave so much more damage. It's something you have to be aware of. Leona does provide damage, not by herself, but just by applying her passive here. And now they can siege this up. They've got Baron. They can dive you under a turret. They don't need a Volbear ultimate to disable the turret. They can just brute force it with health, and Set is so tanky right now.
Colorado State doing what their composition does best and grouping as 5. They force AOE into a lose-lose situation. Either lose the 5v5 fight or lose your base. Right now, 5 members from AOE are going to have to try and do something to save this game on this Baron push. Inhibitor Tower already at half HP. Hexmas does have the ultimate for some extra healing, but not going to proc it just yet. The Inhibitor Tower falls, the Inhibitor is exposed, and it doesn't look like AOE are going to try and contest. The first major objective goes down in favor of the Rams.
If AOE wanted to contest, they have to contest while their turret is up. Trying to look for it now, that would have been a death sentence for Carillion. That is not a hook you want to have land here. You're outside your base. You don't have any more turrets here. It's rough to watch, and we still got another minute and 20 seconds of Baron here, Grapes. What they did to the mid lane turret, they can just now rotate, do it to one of the other side lanes, and you'll have supers applying more pressure into the mid lane as well.
AOE have to be scrappy. They have to look for the picks, take it down Carson before the fight gets too hectic, and instead they're just ceding their objectives left and right, and Carson is just free to do whatever he wants on the other side. Will get caught out a little bit. The jump charge will knock him up, but going to be using that W to dash out to safety. Still, everybody on both teams are alive. The inhibitor still under siege here. Monkey Business going to land that face breaker here onto Tears of Winter, and the new work has been popped. Haymaker does a good amount of damage. Showstopper back into Tears of Winter, and he will go down, and Dot will fall as well. Both of the solo laners for AOE are dead, and Carillion is the next on the menu. Kopari picks it up. Thanks for all the roams, says Kopari, but it's not enough to stop the wrath of the Colorado State Rams. Only Hexmas and Rockboom are alive 30 minutes into this game. We wanted the turnarounds, we wanted the comebacks, RMC, and it looks like we might just get it here. A beautiful face breaker from Monkey Business will secure the kill onto Rockboom, and with only the Volley Bear left alive, it's going to be Colorado State taking the victory over AOE in the last game here at the NorQuest Esports Series.
What a way to end it, Grapes. It's a solid way. I really enjoyed this particular game here. And a lot of it did come through draft, right? Rams just had the composition, which allowed them to come back into it. And we said AOE phenomenon. They need to get an early lead. They need to push it. They did it in the early game, but they didn't do it quick enough. And that Baron they took really felt like the last chance they had there. If they couldn't push in with that Baron, then they were just going to get out-team fought, out-scaled to a certain degree here.
Yeah, and I mean, they got the lead, RMC. They forced plays mid. They got Tears of Winter really far ahead on this Aurelia. And we thought at that point it was all done and dusted. We were ready to write it off as another stomp, but Colorado State showed their grit. They showed why. They took a lot of collegiate teams by the necks and took that Mountain West Championship in the CLOL competition earlier. They showed their resilience, and they took down AOE in the last game.
Yeah, great showing from them there. I'm glad that was the game we got to see the collegiate teams punching back a little bit. Now, that was actually the last game to finish. I mean, it took 30 minutes. Everybody else is done at this point. So the brackets are updated, and I believe we've got Wildcard Red undefeated finishing off the day here, followed by, in second place, Wildcard Gaming Black and AOE Esports. And we've got a whole slew of teams sitting in that 3 wins, 2 losses column. And if the brackets are accurate right now, if the standings are accurate, the link is in the Twitch chat there. It's Supernova Champions, Zeus, Conviction, and Mercenary moving on into the playoffs here. So very, very exciting stuff for tomorrow. Tomorrow's quarterfinals will be best of 1. Semis and finals will be best of 3s.
I'm super excited to get into the playoffs tomorrow, RMC. It's been a great day here at the NorQuest Esports Series. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, as well as our incredible sponsors here at Explore Edmonton, NorQuest, Pepsi, Memory Express, as well as Alberta Innovates, ESIO, ATB. And it's just been a great day here of League of Legends RMC. I'm super excited to do it all again tomorrow.
Yeah, so tomorrow, same time here, Grapes and myself will be here to walk you through. And yeah, I just can't wait for the best of 3s, Grapes. I feel like that's really where teams get tested.
Exactly. We'll have the best of 3s in just about, I think, 19 hours? And when we get back on the stream, I did that in my head. I'm very proud of myself. But once again, thank you all for tuning in here at the NorQuest Esports Series. We'll see you all tomorrow for some playoff action.